Hi everyone, Pam here from Creative Homescaping. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I post several videos a week on how to creatively manage and decorate your home. Today's video is my Seasonal Wreath Challenge for Winter 2019. For this challenge, I asked you to create a wreath that was appropriate for the winter season. It could be for a holiday or maybe just a winter themed wreath. For my wreath, I am going to be revamping a wreath I use on my front door every year. So I hope you will stay tuned to see that. And once you're done watching my video, please be sure to check out the playlist of all the other participants. I know they'd appreciate your watching, and I think you'll get a lot of wonderful ideas from them. So let's get going on my wreath. So here is my wreath. As you can see, I put it away with the ribbons on it. They're all kind of smushed in. There's a jingle bell back here that's making all that noise. Let me grab a hold of it so it won't shake around. But I did doll this up a little bit last year. Outside the house, we use a lot of traditional colors. So I could just fluff this up and it would look fine. But I do want to change it up a little bit because some of these picks I've had on here, like this little cherub pick, I've had these for many years, maybe like 20 years, I'm thinking. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I got this sign from Dollar Tree. I saw at DeVita Lane haul this, and I had actually seen it at Dollar Tree before, but I didn't pick it up. And then I thought, you know what, he looks kind of Victorian, and there we go. And I'm going to do more of a Victorian style tree in my living room. So I thought this would be a good segue from the more traditional colors outside to a more Victorian inside. And the colors on here in this plaid already go with the plaid on the wreath. And then I do have a few Dollar Tree ornaments left from last year. I did a penguin theme. If you haven't seen that before, I will link it in the iCards up above for you to take a look at. But I did the penguin theme in my house, so I'm not going to use these inside this year, but I am going to be making some ornament clusters for the wreath and also for the garlands that go alongside the door. So why don't you stay tuned? I'll probably do all of this in sped up mode. That way you don't have to sit through real time me doing all of this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some green pipe cleaners and snip them in half. And I'm going to use those to create ornament clusters that I can put at the points in the ribbon on the wreath where they bunch into the wreath to create little loops on the wreath of ribbon. So I'm just putting one large ornament, a medium-sized ornament, and then a slightly smaller ornament. Now I'm taking the old items off the wreath. They're in pretty bad condition except for this believe sign, which I'm going to save for another purpose. And these are very faded, so I'm just going around and taking them all off. Initially, I was going to leave that red ribbon on, but I decided not to, and you'll see that later. I did decide to keep these little pieces of holly from the picks because they went with the holly on the sign that I'm going to be using, but the rest of them were faded, so I'm getting rid of them. And then, as you can see, I decided to get rid of the red ribbon. It is not wired ribbon. It just was kind of a plasticky ribbon with some velveteen on one side. It just didn't look nice anymore, so I'm going to replace that with some wired ribbon. I keep my ribbon from year to year, the wired ribbon, and I had some pieces cut that I had used on Christmas tree last year, so I'm just attaching that red ribbon. And as you can see, Teddy is helping me and eating the wreath at the same time. So I'm just going around. I alternate the red on one side to the other. Now the piece I had wasn't quite long enough, so I'm just going to fasten it at one of the intersections where I have some pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to start with another piece. Then when I come to the end of that piece, I'm going to create some loops to serve as larger loops behind my plaid bow that I'm going to reattach. So now I'm just flipping the wreath over so that I could attach the bow, and now I'm just arranging the ribbons and fluffing up the wreath a bit before I put on my ornament clusters. And as I said, I'm going to put those into the wreath form where I have the ribbons attached to the wreath, and I'm just sticking in those little holly clusters that I mentioned earlier. Now I'm attaching the sign, and I did get this sign from Dollar Tree as I mentioned, and I'm just using a pipe cleaner through the hole at the top of the sign to attach it to the wreath form. And here's a look at the finished wreath. I want to thank all of you for watching. If you like this video, why don't you go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below what your favorite part of the wreath was. And also let me know if you participated in this challenge. I'm going to make sure to watch the playlist. I may not be able to do it all in one day, but I will definitely get to your video. And if you are having trouble loading your video using the link in the description box, please email me, and my email appears in the description box. That's it for now. Thank you all for joining in, and if you are new, I hope you'll consider subscribing. You can do so by clicking on the icon in the corner of this video or the subscribe button in the description box down below. I am hoping to have a lot more seasonal decorating for you coming up soon. So stay tuned.